Good morning from the banks of the Bow River. It is, about 7:15 a.m., -4, -5 degrees Celsius, so mid-20s Fahrenheit. It is late April, or what we would say here is very, very early spring, maybe even a false spring. But I've come out walking because I'm just down below a marshy area near the Cavan Basin. That's where Banff National Park, and in fact the entire Canadian park system, all began. The trains arrived here in 1883. 3 workers smelt sulfur and found natural hot springs. Of course, the indigenous people had known about them for thousands of years and thought they would build a resort, but instead the Canadian government declared it a park, small park, in 1885, expanded in 1887 to the Rocky Mountains National Park, and eventually, of course, Banff, Jasper, Yoho, Kootenay, the Canadian Rockies as we know them today. But I've just been out offering a live virtual tour, but as the day is just so perfect, I felt it worthwhile to offer just a short YouTube video from the sheer beauty out here. I'm looking out to Mount Bourgeot with the flat top on it out in the distance. He was part of the Palliser expedition, 1857 to 1860. And I'm down below really the base of Sulphur Mountain, but let's just go for a little walk. The sun has just risen, and I just want to share the sounds of the birds all through. Earlier on, I was looking at a little woodpecker up on the side of a tree. Loads of ducks around at the moment. And you look in the distance and see Mount Rundle in all its glory up there. Now, this whole marsh area is a natural ecosystem principally created by beaver activity. Of course, the beaver was long the symbol of Canada, and out here probably represents us much better than the maple leaf, as there's no maple trees at this higher elevation up here. About 90% of the forest here is evergreen. Beavers, of course, are very industrious, and they're one of the rare animals that really alter their whole landscape. So they create all of this sort of marshy environment in here. Traditionally, they have a symbiotic relationship with moose as well, although not a lot of moose in the national park here because not a lot of marsh. But that is Sulphur Mountain in the distance, has all the natural hot springs come out of it, not because of volcanic activity, but because of an actual radioactive breakdown. There's still upper hot springs you can swim in. The lower ones, the Cavan Basin, are now run as a museum, but it's also protecting an environment for the Banff snail, a snail that has evolved in those hot pools in the only place on Earth it exists. You will see on the pathway where I'm wandering along here lots of hoof marks, and that's because there are stables. The Warner stables are just a couple of kilometers away, and they come out horseback riding through here. But let me just let you listen to the sounds of the birds, the springtime birds singing in the morning. Now, for those who know their bird songs, there are robins, red-winged blackbirds, sparrows, juncos, several different types of ducks all around. So there's a huge amount of life and migratory life. Of course, we don't have a lot of frost-free days out here. It is below freezing at the moment, and you will see there's still ice around. Although these days, as the sun comes up, it warms up nicely. Yesterday, we made it up to about 6 or 7 degrees Celsius, but we might even make it into double digits in the next couple of days. And then who knows, it might start snowing again. And that's part of the fun of living in this environment. It is bone dry. So I do have a toque on, a warm hat, and I have a warm jacket and some gloves, but that's it. You know, it's just a pair of jeans, so it's a very bearable cold. Now, I just want to make it up to this bridge to show you the industrious nature of the mighty beaver, our national rodent. Now, of course, the beaver was harvested for over 200 years during the fur trade, which wasn't, I'm sure, very nice for the beavers whatsoever. But their populations are recovering, and they really do alter the landscape by creating their mighty dam. So all of this marsh area down through here, there's some ducks just swimming along, but this is a beaver dam right along here. Look at the size of this dam. Brilliant work. And look at the lovely mallard just swimming along in the distance. How's that for a morning reflection? Isn't it spectacular? And here is a proper beaver dam. Different from the lodge, of course. Oh, there's a beaver. There's a beaver right there. There he is. Look at that. Oh, what a treat. So there's the beaver swimming along. If they become nervous, they slap their tail on the water, but they're eating the green vegetation. There. Wonderful swimmers. Webbed feet. Oh, what a treat. Well, I am thrilled to have been able to at least say good morning to a beaver for everyone. And now I'm gonna have to come back and do more live virtual tours right here to come out beaver spotting. That is a beaver lodge in the distance there. They will actually have an entrance under the water into that lodge. What a treat. Oh, interestingly, some bubbles are just coming up. That could well, oh, there's the other beaver. There's another one. I don't think that's the same one. Could have come swimming. There is another beaver. Now let's see if he or she dives down again. Look there. Well, there you are. There is the national animal of this country. Dare I tell you why the beaver is the best national animal in the world? I know you're already rolling your eyes. It's because it's the only one that gives a damn. But all that noted, this whole marsh area developed because of the beavers damming the environment, has become one of the wonderful places to visit migratory birds coming through. Sorry, I'm just hanging out by the tree where I saw the woodpecker a little earlier, but let's come down to the snow here and have a look at the color of the river. Now the Bow River is very gentle in this area, and there's still a lot of snow to melt. There is sunrise. You're looking down to the east now. There's Sacred Buffalo Guardian Mountain in the distance, or officially Tunnel Mountain, but it will have a name change. And then behind it, the Fairholme Range. And just over by the Bow River here. And now I just want to curve around and offer this magical reflection of Mount Norquay. And you will hear a train in the distance. It's a train culture. Of course, so much of our freight moves by train, which is fortunate because it means fewer of the great big trucks on the highways. Just watching, there goes another duck zipping along. So nice to feel the sun on me this morning. But I feel very honored to have found the beaver out there. So I will have to make the effort to find them in real life. This same area, I have another video of a bear in the same area one morning. I am wearing my bear spray. Oh, so there we are. All right, well, thank you so much for coming on this morning walk in late April of 2022. Please do, if you're happy to subscribe. Hey, we're not going to see the train, but you can certainly hear it in the distance there. So I'll just turn around and, as always, say thank you for joining me. And I will say peace and love from the Canadian Rockies. And I'll leave you with the sounds of a train. Just make out a little bit of it in amongst the trees in the distance there.